Sandy Miller. What's her husband's name? He's a policeman.
Oh, Teddy Raffle?
Yeah.
That's Suzette Miller.
So his mother tells me how great it is. They took their 3 kids down. She brings me the brochure. Of course, the next day we are going. Only when we're going, always on school vacation, we're supposed to leave out of New York at 1. Well, it's snowing so hard, we'd sit till 6. We took them out to Horn and Hardens to do something with them. And then we get on. The whole train is full of Jewish people because they like these tours, I guess, and it's not one Jew. I mean, they're all Jews on there, and they were so mad they just turned the kids loose. There was going to be a counselor on there to do all this stuff. Well, she never materialized. So luckily we had dinner, and it was freezing on the train. There was no heat. And then we hit the train, and then we caught fire. Joe, between this is 2 stops. He jumps off and goes to, he sees a deli. I don't know how he made it back on that train in time with a bunch of stuff. And we pull in the next night, and the guiders are so smug, because they were the poor things. He insisted on driving, and we were going to be there at 10 in the morning. Well, we get in at 10 at night, and all the reserved cars are gone. And that's the first time I ever saw Joe. The only time really I ever saw him really he was mad.
Yeah,
and the car materialized for him.
It did?
Yeah, because I guess he was spouting fire out of his had enough.
Yeah, Amtrak will do that to you.
We can sing it. We can all sing it. In the window.
How does it go?
How much is that doggy in the window? Shiny black tail. How much is that doggy in the window?
I do hope that doggy's for sale. I was the rough part. I was only the barking part in the talent show.
And I wrote this poem, and Billy was reading it, I think, and Billy had tears because it's saying, "Won't you please don't go. Can't you stay for one more snow?" That's all I can remember of it, and that was a riot. Of course, a few drinks helped that too. One time, I'm sure Billy was with us. We went to Kelly's. I don't know where we'd been that we got so many drinks. But when we came into his driveway, he fell under the car.
Who did?
John Kelly. And he couldn't get out on the ice. He was caught under. He was just. I don't know if he knocked himself out or what. But Joe and I think it was had to get down and pull him out by the feet.
Extract him.
He was a funny guy.
Yeah, he
He was
was.
very funny.
Yeah. Still is.
Well, now it's probably better. It has a railing. It didn't have any railing. It was way up high, and just like this. And you could go over the side in a minute. And neither one of them knew how to drive on the wrong side of the road. And the brake was on. Everything was on in the wrong place. It was terrible when we first got there, trying to drive around Dublin. We were just going in a circle. Nobody could get out of the circle.
Who was driving?
They were taking turns. One was as bad as the other. It really wasn't.
Didn't seem to matter.
And we didn't take the tour because we didn't know how Barb would be feeling. But she felt great the whole trip. And so then we started going to tourist shops. I never see them around anymore. They don't have that stuff to go on the computer, right? Well, we went to one, and we went way up. We never wanted to get near Belfast because it was very bad up there. And we went up north, where they were making the Quiet Man. They showed us that, and then we went to this big, big old stone castle for lunch. The nuns ran it. That was great, and we saw a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We went to this village of Sneem that was going down that south towards Waterford, I guess, whatever. And it had gotten the Clean Village Award for the year. I told you that, and it's so cute.
So cute.
It was great. There were the big goats and cows all over the roads. They were just dirt roads.
Yeah.
But I'm sure in 25 years that they've cleaned it all up. But I loved it that way.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
You'll like it. Wales. But they did as an extra. They threw it in. We stopped in Wales for lunch.
What was that like?
Well, we didn't see much of it. It was just like
Just-
being in our home.
Yeah.
And they'd be sitting there, 2 women or 3 women having a drink. It was really cute. And then we loved to go to the bars because at night, anybody, you or I, could walk in with our thing and start playing whatever instrument you had. Do they still do that?
I think Liam was doing
If I
that.
ever see Liam, I gotta ask him that because it was so cute. Oh, gee.
You gotta watch yourself there, Missy.
Gee. Yeah, look at this. Finally got one of these.
What is it?
If I fall,
Oh.
I can press
Don't
it.
fall.
And I have one in my purse too if I fall on wall bombs or something,
Oh.
or outside.
We're teaching like the observations. They did.
Yeah, you remember when the snakes got loose, right? Wasn't that your observation?
What's he saying? I was
When the
mixed up.
snakes got loose. You had snakes get loose in your classroom?
Was that during an observation?
No, it was Halloween. I bought these corn stalks. Joe put them in the room for me and did all that. And then in the morning when we came in, the snakes were all coming out of it. They were removed quickly. Oh,
Who removed them?
Yeah, come out, Joey.
Hey, can you put your foot down?
Why?
Who removed them?
probably George. He was the janitor, George Coleman.
Who's cleaning?
Not me. I didn't do it.
Corn snakes. Do we have such things here?
I guess. I don't know.
How about the peepers? Do you guys have peepers on
They're
Hill
like
Street?
corn snakes are big, fat black ones, aren't they?
What did you say?
I'm trying to think what a corn snake looks like. A big fat black snake.
They weren't fat. They were slithery.
Okay.
How about the
Characteristic of
time I
snakes.
told you about the gerbils?
What? Tell me again.
I sent them to the science room. I thought this would be really neat for the gerbils. And I didn't know you're supposed to put paper around the thing, so all the kids were looking at them and loving it and everything. And the next day when we came, the mother had eaten them all. 'Cause
What did you say to the kids?
You sure it wasn't the
No.
snakes that got them?
I probably told them they were sick, or they had to go see their dad. I don't know.
Had to go see their daddy.
Yeah,
Getting check
I
up
don't
at the
know.
vet.
I didn't tell them the mother ate them.
I love the one. What about how you got the job?
Oh, yeah. That was easy, boy. Now they put you through so much.
Who was it with? Oh, Dan Burns, right? Was he the one that hired you? No, who hired
No, Bill, was from East Hampton. He was the superintendent of schools. Oh, he was such a nice guy. I can't remember his name.
Called you on Friday? Or something, and you were too busy?
I was busy all summer. I didn't feel like looking for a job, so I went Friday, Labor Day weekend. It took 5 minutes. He said, "What job would you like?" I said, "Kindergarten. Do you play the piano?" "Yes, report Tuesday at 9:00. That was it. No, I don't remember that. You sure?
What was his name?
That has to be in Louise's room. I never had anybody get stitches, did I?
No, it was. I
I'm
think
the
they
one
were-
who had the snakes all crawl out of the corn stalks. And
Who did?
me. Of course, I had the room decorated to the hilt. I mean, I had this giant guy in an old plaid shirt of Brian's and dungarees and old boots and hat, and he was about that high. In the middle of, I pushed all the tables together and corn stalks around. So then I'm not happy with that. I go down there and get all these corn stalks, put them in the room, and the next morning there's oozing snakes came out. I never had another corn stalk. No, there weren't a lot of corn stalks. There were 2 big ones. I remember that, one on each side of the tower. And the things just come out, slithering out. Black snakes. They were probably poisonous. And one time, Bumper Scanlon, they always called him Bumper then. What was his real name? They had a brother. He was very cute looking. And he comes to school with a snake, and it's in a glass thing and a top on it. And I said, you can keep it here today till you get 2 hours, but you can't take that top off. Well, when we go to recess, of course somebody removed it. Oh,
And the thing got out?
I can't remember that if it did or not. I just remember my horror. Because I don't think, maybe we got the top back on in time. I don't know.
Too good.
Kindergarten is such a cute, well, I don't know if it's so much fun anymore. Somebody
No.
told me they do an awful lot of
Work.
work.
Yeah.
Well,
We did work.
we did
You just
it,
made
but
it fun.
in more of a fun way.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of music too.
Oh my
Games.
gosh, your piano was the best.
I remember the year we got workbooks, though. That was right before we moved to Florida, and they were awful. You know, that poor thing's trying to make letters between lines and that. They're 4 years old, 4.5. So the next year, I guess Burns got enough complaint. He collected them all, threw them all out.
Wow.
I can tell that story now because he's dead. Something's boiling over there. What's that? And she was good to them, and I guess, I don't know how he went to college. I think there was some money left for him to be educated. He went in the Royal Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the guy's picture we have up here, right?
Yeah, that's Granby. That's Connie's.
That's your grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a Hattrick?
Bill Hattrick, Senior.
So he's lucky because a lot of that regiment didn't come home. Because they opened cockpits. And you went
He
up
was the
3
lucky
times.
one, huh? Everybody
went
else
up
got run
3
over by
times a
streetcars
day.
and he survived the big one.
I don't know how he survived it.
That's what I'm saying. That's
It went
strange
up
how that
at 9
worked out.
o'clock, 12 o'clock, and
Yeah.
3 o'clock. And I said to him once, you know, that's so dumb. Because then, of course, the Germans knew where they were, or what time they went up and everything. So,
But did he fly out of Canada or was he based
no, it
in
was
Europe?
over in,
Yeah, they trained
Europe.
in Canada, but then they flew over to
this was
Europe.
World War One.
Huh.
Came back in 1914, or maybe. I don't
So all the doctors got killed at a young age, and the Air Force pilot survived.
The World War One pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's really all I know about them. But I know we went to Aaron's house years ago, and a man was there and told us some things.
He was named Hattrick, but
Michael Hattrick.
right.
His name was Michael
I gotta
Hackett?
get that.
Mhm.
That
Mm-hmm.
those
Well, was
pictures
he
from her.
was he related to us?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was from Alberta, right? Yeah,
Oh,
Western
sure,
Canada,
then he
yeah.
would be.
But what about the other side of the family?
There isn't any other side. My mother,
The Hickey side?
I don't know anything about them. I was just thought they probably were coming from Morrow and thought they'd land in New York and got landed in the wrong place. I'm gonna get going. The only one out of, there were 8 kids in my mother's family. Well, the baby burned up, fell in the fire.
Jeez.
They had one of those big black stoves, and somebody dropped him on the stove. Poor
Come
thing.
on, you two are laughing about that?
It's terrible. Anyway,
is
so there were
terrible.
7.
Right.
But he will come out and entertain your people, and so come home from work the next day, and Joe said, "Oh, your friend called. Just make the check out to the Balmy Swami."
And what did he come?
Hysterical. I don't know how many people we had. We borrowed a lot of chairs from Jack O'Connell, and they were in our basement. And Swami didn't come until like 7:30, but we were fried by then. We had made the spaghetti pot full of whiskey sours. So he comes to the door in this red fez, and I said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm the Balmy Swami." It was, and the coup of the whole thing was at the end. He let a whole flock of white doves loose in the basement.
Come on.
All over. But it was such, and you know what? If I'm right, I think it was only $50. Things, see, $50 then was like 500.
Right.
But
That is.
it was. I thought I was wishing it would win. Then I thought, what are they gonna do if it does?
Well, at one point it looked like he might.
I know.
He was like gaining on the other horses.
It was so funny. You'd see that in a movie and think, oh, that's so slapstick.
Yeah.
And the one before, the 2 horses, there were 9 of us. We always do the get together. So, and I haven't read much on them at all. And you pick. Somebody told me always pick from the bottom. So I picked 2 horses, and mine came in first. That's the one that they disqualified.
What was that for the other race?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But I had gotten this thing called the Cottage or something like that, which was 65 to 1. I never would have bet on a horse like that in my life. And I won that, so it still came out with $65 or something.
What would you have won if the guy hadn't
Well,
been disqualified?
Double that. And I've never had that happen. Your hair is so curly. I wish mine did that. Yours is curly too. So where are you going to go now at 10 o'clock?
Track. Practice. At the high school.
My brother used to do that. Oh, I had lunch with Billy and Thea Friday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he called me up and invited me to the golf club.
Oh, nice.
Hey, have you heard any more about Terry Hull?
No.
Just see him. He's in his shorts reading a book with his legs crossed up over there. And I said, "Oh, hi, babe. How's it going?" You know. So, and I'm sure imagine this is like,
we're talking
can you believe this is Catholicism at that time? So, they go on a honeymoon, and about 2 weeks later, I get a phone call on a Monday night. It's my brother. I said, you know, "Hi, how are you, Billy?" You know, he says, "I want to meet your husband." And I said, "When?" And he said, "Tonight." And I where? The post house. I said, "Okay, we'll be there in a half hour." So they became so inseparable, good friends. It was amazing. And pretty soon my father and mother thought they were ahead of Eddie and Billy because he was doing everything.
He was better at getting around.
It just was so funny how
What
it
did
worked
Billy
out
say?
with Billy and Joe.
He loved him. He loved
Billy
him.
loved Joe.
Oh, absolutely.
And Joe loved him too.
Yeah.
They were
Uncle
If you didn't
Joey
love
was
Uncle
the
Joe, you were a
original
jerk.
real deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then years go by, 20 years. And I'm still trying to, I'm going all over the island trying to get an annulment. Oh, yeah. So finally, I get a priest. It's Our Lady of Poland who will help me. So I get it on a Thursday. It comes in November. And Saturday, we get married.
You got the first one and all, so now you can get married in the church on Saturday.
And we go to the diner with, I don't know who, my father and mother came to that. And so
Yeah.
Barbara has a reception that night for 12 of our best, the Hulls, the Berringers, I can see.
The
So
Burks.
anyway, I can still see Tom where you are standing up, and he says to Joe, "In the name of God, would you tell me
if you got a chance to get out, what the hell happened? You know, why would you wait 2 days? Only wait 2 days. And Joe was laughing. They thought that was so funny. And then somebody had to lock that door and stand by it because they were afraid when Ben got loose, got drunk, he got loose and went out and he'd get arrested. It was so. It was
I
such
mean, we,
Sounded like they were out of the village.
Yeah.
So you took it around Roman Road?
I took it every place in town. I had everybody. No, I was in the village, not knowing that but I wasn't supposed
What do you
to
want to say to Fabrizio? You're 25 points behind.
Fabrizio is the biggest cheat I ever played with.
I bought a hair cutting set, and I did it once, and Tommy wouldn't go to work to school for the whole week. And I think Joe took a couple of days off too, because
He's not in the photo.
What about David?
he was young. He was shooting. He wouldn't probably know that. But if he knew what he looked like, he wouldn't.
Pickle this? I know. What do you think about that?
Waiting around my kitchen table. Billy and myself. And I don't remember who else was there.
Yeah. What happened?
He'd go up and come back, waiting. I just remember it, that's all. I remember when Laurie was born, we went all the way up. We only had Tommy, I guess. Yeah, that's all I remember. We went up and, we only had Tommy. So we went way up. She was born way up there around Rockville Center, or maybe past it. We took him to some aquarium first to look at, and then we went to see her.
Look at her getting her lipstick on.
Birthday, dear Connie. Happy birthday to you.
Hope I have a few more left.
How are you
A
feeling?
lot more left, Connie.
No, she's 50.
Yep. Blow 'em out, baby.
Thank you.
You get that lipstick on, Mom?